stud, who ran for our school's cross-country and track team. Please welcome this year's valedictorian for the class of 2024, Tanya Kari.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you, Ty, for that amazing introduction. Before I begin, I'd just like to thank my family, my friends, and also our faculty and our teachers. Without their support, I'd probably be comfortably seated instead of nervously delivering this speech today. But don't get me wrong, I am very honored to be here, and I'm very grateful for the help that has put me in this position. I'd like to use this opportunity to just reflect on our shared experiences as a class, because I think the greatest lessons that I've learned have been with all of you. There are many things that make charter students unique, and I think a lot of them stem from our humble beginnings. While most students remember riding to field trips in yellow school buses, we will cherish the times we rode in our quirky white vans, looking like our teachers just kidnapped us from a local park. We use these vans a lot. Even with our new building, we've never had a sports field, so our PE classes and our sports teams ventured to local parks and rec centers. As a student athlete, I saw how our team had to be adaptable. We did our best to leave a good impression on the communities that hosted us, even though they might have had to witness the disorderly blob that is the Kihei Charter Circle. It is a running joke dating back to middle school and probably even beyond that no group of charter students can stand in a circle. Passers-by might catch us standing in shapes resembling a bean, a splatter, or if they're really lucky, some sort of oval, but never a precisely round circle. And I have to admit that I am a part of that. And to give some insight into my role here in school, I have to admit that at the beginning of this year, I fell into a sprinkler control box at the Kihei Regional Park and accidentally turned on all the sprinklers on the soccer field. I soaked all my cross-country teammates and everybody else that was in the vicinity. But despite some disorganization and a mishap on my part that was eventually resolved, I'd say that we have a pretty good track record. I think another unique aspect of our experience is prom. While some schools have their proms at hotels, we have ours on the deck. Not all students agree with it, but I actually personally don't mind it. The tickets are $100 cheaper, and we get a pretty nice ocean view. There are weddings hosted there. I think that's kind of like a Kihei Charter side hustle. I don't know if any other campuses can pull that off. Plus, Ty renovated the deck floor, so we weren't wobbling around on the fake grass carpet that used to be there. We've shared many other memorable experiences together, from the hide-and-seek social, where we got to hide on campus in the night. That was very fun. Watching Wally at our school, one of our many school movie nights, and also the Kukua for Lahaina benefit concert, which featured the band Crossing Rain. Although I couldn't attend the concert personally, I've heard great things about it, and I definitely felt some FOMO. But in addition to school-wide events, our time in separate groups on campus, like clubs and sports, have helped us connect and become a more integrated class. Through these bonds, we have accomplished so much. Our sports teams won county championships. The Crossing Rain benefit concert raised thousands of dollars for Maui Strong, which will help with wildfire relief. And like Mr. Stubbs and many other teachers have mentioned, we also completed many outstanding senior projects, from Gia's Cultural Awareness mural that was featured in the Maui News, and to Rachel's Shining Star Showcase, which is a talent show for people with disabilities, and also Enzo's graciously funded fish tank, which will go towards educating our marine biology class. There were many more initiatives from our senior class, like Mr. Stubbs has mentioned, that did anything from promoting school spirit to advocating for environmental preservation. So overall, our diverse experiences have forged strong bonds and we have achieved impactful outcomes for our school and our community. During my junior and senior years, I was taking most of my coursework at Maui College, and during that time, I realized the importance of the connections that I made earlier on in high school. Participating in sports like cross country, track, and tennis helped me stay connected with my high school classmates while I wasn't on campus. I think during these 2 years, we all faced challenges. We are making critical decisions about our futures, handling more challenging coursework, and coping with the distressing events like the Lahaina wildfires and even global conflicts. In these moments, I think our small class of 64 students benefited from the strong bonds we formed through our shared experiences. Graduation is bittersweet. We successfully made it through high school, but we are also becoming distanced from the friends we've made and the memories we shared. But remember that graduation is just the beginning. Life will bring more responsibilities, and it won't be easy, but with those responsibilities comes independence and the opportunity to shape your journey. My biggest takeaway from high school is just to step out of your comfort zone. As someone who tends to be more reserved, getting involved on campus clubs and sports, especially running, was very intimidating, but those experiences have been very rewarding, even with the many challenges that went along with them. It was especially during the tough times that I found supportive friends and learned so many lessons about perseverance and resilience that I wouldn't have gotten from textbooks alone. And those lessons will be the most useful to me in my life. So as we head into the future, I just encourage our graduates to keep an open mind and remember that the challenges we face will help us grow. On that note, before I introduce our next speaker, I wanted to do one last team cheer together. It's the track and field Charter Harder cheer that we came up in the beginning of this year, and it's personally my favorite, and I thought it would be very fitting for our graduation ceremony. So if you want to join in, I'm just going to start it by just saying charter on 3, harder on 6, and from there I will count 1, 2, 3, and we'll all yell charter, and I'll continue counting 4, 5, 6, and we'll all yell harder. So, all right. Charter on 3, harder on 6, 1, 2, 3. Harder. 4, 5, 6. Harder. Thank you so much. And now I am pleased to introduce our next speaker, our student government president, Tassini Cogliandro.